guys, welcome back to my channel. Mermaid Nina here. I thought tonight we would do another top 5 tips and tricks video, but tonight I thought I would specifically talk about those of you who travel with the little guys. That's right, your babies and your toddlers, and perhaps even both. I just find that there's certain things and questions that you guys have regarding the younger crowd that is different from, say, other families. So I thought I would break it down to you guys, kind of my top 5 things that you should plan for or consider or even know about when bringing those little kids with you guys to Disney World. And yes, before you ask, I have 100% have gone to Disney pregnant, with a baby, with a toddler, with both. The whole thing. I have 100% done it myself. We had a blast. It's just a different type of vacation. So let's get into my list right here of things that I think you guys should either consider or know about when bringing those younger people, right, with you to Disney World. So when I was a young mom, the most important thing to me was the resort. 100%. And I get a lot of you are like, Nina, why? You're just there to sleep. And I am here to tell you that there is more to consider than just a place to fall asleep. Now, you may be wondering, okay, Nina, what are you considering? Let's get into it. First thing that you guys need to worry about when you're bringing those little kiddos is convenience. That's right. Who wants to make life harder on them when on vacation? I know I don't. I 100% prefer convenience. I am talking about the ease of transportation, the coming and going between the parks and your Disney resort. And that also involves location. You know, how close is that resort to the parks you are going to during that trip? And the size of your hotel room. That 100% matters. And you would be surprised the space difference between a value resort and a deluxe resort. But we're going to get into it. So the very first thing I always get asked, and that is, Nina, my best friend's cousin, sister's brother, whoever, told me that if I'm going to Disney World, I should totally go to Art of Animation, that it is the best resort for my kids. I get this so often, guys. I am going to be here to tell you that I 100% agree. I almost think Art of Animation is the worst hotel to take your little kids to. Why, you ask? Because I know many of you are thinking, Nina, we did Art of Animation, or we think Art of Animation is great. Let me get into it, guys. So the first thing about Art of Animation is it's adorable. That's right, 100%. And that is the reason why everyone thinks it is the best resort on property for young kids, because it's cute. Let me tell you all the reasons why it is not the best resort. First, it was one of the most recent resorts built. So it is farther back on property than any other resort that you could possibly book within the Disney complex. It is on the very end. So if you are frequently going to Magic Kingdom during your trip, which is common, a lot of people will go to Magic Kingdom twice when they have little kiddos, that is a longer bus ride to and from Art of Animation to Magic Kingdom, because it is the farthest away. Remember when I said convenience? That's right. Art of Animation is so not convenient for little kiddos. The other thing is the standard room over at that resort are the Little Mermaid rooms. They are all decorated. Little Mermaid, by the way, maybe your little boy won't matter, but that's just a heads up. They are all Little Mermaid. And they are very far within property. That's right. So if you need to head to the bus stop, if you need to go to the lobby, if you need to go to the quick service, if you need to talk to guest services, any of those things, you are the farthest away on property to get to those specific needs that you might have. It is 100% annoying to be walking in the park all day long, and then you finally get back to your resort and you have to walk quite a distance in the heat, by the way, from your bus stop to the room. So that's just thrown out there. Again, Nina's opinion. The other thing that I don't like about the art of animation rooms is they are not really set up for little children. Those rooms are small. Great, you might think 2 queen beds, that's great. We don't need 2 queen beds. Yes, but what about your pack and play? Where is that gonna fit? How about your stroller, or perhaps even double stroller? Where is all of that gonna fit in that space? Those rooms are tiny. Also, I always mention this, the bathroom area. Nothing worse than having to get up and go to the bathroom in the middle of the night and the lights flashing on and waking up the entire room. Or you have to take like this curtain and it's making this like sound as you drag it across the bathroom so that you can go to the bathroom in privacy without waking up the rest of your party. That's right, that could easily wake up a sleeping baby. These are just kind of sort of reasons why art of animation is just not on my list at all. The other thing you need to consider is nap time. So when you're in the parks and you want to go back to the room to take a nap, having a resort that is the farthest away is not really the most convenient. So now that I have kind of gotten you thinking perhaps that art of animation, although adorable, might not be the best resort for you, let me talk about what resort is the best for you. Now, when my kids were little, I know it's pricey, but we would spend extra money to 100% be on that monorail. I am talking about the Polynesian, the Grand Floridian, or the Contemporary. I can't tell you how nice it is when you're in the park all day and that kiddo fell asleep in the stroller. Rather than waking them up and collapsing the stroller and trying to carry all your stuff, plus the kid, plus the stroller to get on the bus, you know what you could just do? Just ride onto the monorail without collapsing anything. Kiddo stays in the stroller 100% asleep. That's right. That is the number one reason I love those resorts when I have little kids. Plus, Contemporary is so close to Magic Kingdom, you could walk there. So you could bypass all forms of transportation and just walk on over with your sleeping kiddo in that stroller. The same thing with the Grand Floridian. They just built a walkway. You can 100% walk from Magic Kingdom to the Grand while having a sleeping kid in that stroller. No reason to wake up the bear, right? No reason to wake up that crankiness. Just let them sleep. So yes, when I had little kiddos, any way that I could beat the bus, as in not have to take the bus, was key. Resorts like Yacht Club, Beach Club, Boardwalk, also great resorts because you can walk to Hollywood and walk to Epcot, thus skipping 2 out of the 4 parks in terms of busing. So I 100% consider ease of transportation pretty high on my list. And because of the ease of transportation, that also puts them in a good location. And because all of those resorts are deluxe, the room space in there is nice. You have enough space where you can find a little space in the corner to put up the pack and play for the kiddo to sleep. Plus you can store the stroller or the double stroller in the hallway. Plenty of space to get ready, to sleep, and no one is like facing the bathroom. So when someone gets up in the middle of the night and tries to close that curtain, no one is getting waken up. So yes, 100%, those are what I consider the best resorts for children. It is not about cuteness. It is about convenience. If you need the resort room to be cute, get some balloons. Get some Disney pillowcases and put fun pillowcases on those standard white pillowcases. Do whatever you want to do to make it cute. That's what we did. But yes, 100%, it is not art of animation, despite what everyone thinks. So then now that all of you art of animation people hate me, let's move on to the other subject. So the other thing I get asked about are strollers. So many questions about strollers. First, I want to say that I have a video specifically just on strollers, so make sure you guys check that out. But we're going to just talk about strollers a little bit. First, when in doubt, yes, stroller. I don't care how old your kid is. If you're wondering if you should bring a stroller, the answer is yes. because you just don't know. I don't care if your kid is 7. Perhaps that 7-year-old is whiny and complaining, and sticking them in a stroller is just peace of mind. If that is the case, then just do a stroller. But I think the biggest worry or concern is, Nina, do I rent one? Do I pack one? Do I bring one? What do I do regarding the stroller? So for us anyway, I always brought our own. A, it's cheaper. And B, the things I like about bringing my own is I'm used to it. I know exactly how to fold it, how to collapse it. I'm pretty good at it. I'm fast at it. And I liked the convenience of using the stroller in the airport. Now, if you want to rent one, I 100% suggest that you rent from an outside company, not from Disney itself. Why? Because if you rent a stroller from the Disney parks each and every day, you have to return your stroller at the park. Again, remember that sleeping toddler situation? If you have a kid who fell asleep in the park and you need to somehow get to your hotel for whatever reason, you have to wake that sleeping kid. You have to pick them up, carry them, carry all the stuff that you've shoved in that stroller to get to the bus, the monorail, whatever, so you can go back to your room. You cannot take those Disney strollers with you outside of the park. Now, if you bring your own or you rent one from an outside company, that stroller is yours for your entire stay, which means even though you do have to wake the child up when you are collapsing the stroller for the bus, if you pick one of the resorts I suggest, you could easily take that stroller on the monorail or just walk it over to your resort. So yes, I 100% suggest that you do not rent from Disney, either an outside company or you get your own. The other things to consider is if you have younger kiddos who take naps, do they need to recline to take a nap? Will they nap sitting up? Are you going back to your room to nap? If they are stroller nappers, do they have to recline? If so, that's what kind of stroller you need to get. You need to get a stroller that can recline back, that probably has a sunshade. Now, perhaps you have older kids, the whiny 7-year-old I talked about earlier. Yes, I've been there. I suggest an umbrella stroller, just an El Cheapo umbrella stroller. You buy it for the trip, you use it for the trip. Who cares if the kid is too big for the stroller? You can just throw it away or donate it when you're done. But 100%, if you're in doubt with those older kiddos, yes, just pack a cheapo umbrella stroller and just go about your day. When picking out a stroller, I talked about it a little bit, you do want to consider the ease of folding. You don't want a stroller that is so obnoxious to fold that it's basically frustrating you. Any way to relieve, have less frustration when at Disney is key. You also want a stroller that's lightweight, because I'm telling you, by the time you're carrying a kid in one hand, a stroller in the other, plus you're wearing the backpack, it gets to be a lot. The other thing you want is a stroller that's really easy to push. Some of those old school strollers, man, it was like hard to push those heavy kids in the stroller up a hill all day long. So just think about those kind of things. You want easy folding, lightweight, and easy to push. But those are kind of my things about stroller. The other thing is, yes, there is stroller parking in the parks. There are specific designated spots to put your stroller when going on a ride, an attraction, or even dining. If you choose to not follow the stroller parking rules, a cast member will indeed relocate your stroller. So it's kind of best just in the first place to put your stroller where it belongs, so that hopefully it'll be in the same spot when you're done, when you're ready to use it. Also note that you should probably not leave, valuables or belongings in your stroller, which is why I always suggest parents carry a backpack, someplace to store all the snacks, the diapers, and everything. Don't leave them free flowing in the stroller. That way you can quickly just grab the backpack, go on the ride, then when you're done, put the backpack back in the stroller. If you have everything all over in the storage bin, it just makes things even harder and more frustrating for you, especially when you're collapsing that stroller to get on the bus. Again, you want easy. Simple and easy is key when you've got those younger crowds with you. Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk about is baby wearing. Did you know that you can baby wear on the rides? That's right. So when my kiddos were little, under the 3 zone, I would actually wear them, in my baby carrier on rides. When it was napping time, I would just, after lunch or whatever, and I knew it was time for them to nap, I would pick them up, put them in my Mai Tai. I had a Mai Tai baby carrier, and I would just carry them around the parks until they took a nap and fell asleep. And then with my older kiddo, we would continue to go on rides while my baby was still sleeping in my carrier. I didn't have to sit behind with, all the other moms with my baby in my stroller. I got to ride the ride with the rest of my family. It's a little more awkward to do that when the baby's free flowing and you're constantly taking them out of the stroller and trying to get into the ride. I found it really convenient to just baby wear my child during nap time so I could still be part of the festivities with everyone else and continue to ride. Otherwise, someone is always kind of sitting behind with that baby in the stroller while everyone else is having fun. So I specifically tried to pick out a baby carrier that not only I enjoyed, worked for my body, was comfortable, but could keep my baby safe and happy and sleeping so I could still have fun with everyone else. So just something to consider, guys, is looking to get a baby carrier or a baby wearer for the parks. Now, something you may or may not know is that Disney for years now has something called a baby care center in all 4 parks. These are amazing little nursery spaces for you to go to care for your child. Disney has been updating these spaces. In fact, they just redid the one at Magic Kingdom and it's delightful. I toured it the last trip. I didn't take any video because I didn't really want to, put those other mamas that were in there on the spot. That's not really fair to them. So I didn't take any video, but let me just tell you, these are great little spaces for you to do anything baby related. First, they have little stores in there. So if you forgot the simplest of things, baby food, formula, a bottle, a pacifier, some diapers, wipes, all those kind of things are sold in the baby care center. But they have bathrooms in there. So if you have a toddler that's kind of potty training or needs to go potty, that's a great spot as well. Also, it's kind of like a nursery. So if you need just a quiet spot to take your baby, perhaps to do a nap, perhaps just to relax, or perhaps you're nursing, or you need to change a diaper, the baby care centers are a great spot to do that. Again, they are located at all 4 parks. And this is also a great spot if you have a child with special needs, even if it's a slightly older child, and you need to just go to a calm place, a nice calm and quiet place to kind of just sit and just be at peace. Those baby care centers are perfect for those kiddos as well. So just imagine a quiet, calm space that you can do all of your little baby toddler needs, everything from napping, resting. They have rocking chairs, nursing, the whole thing. So don't forget about the baby care centers while you're in the park. Perhaps you have an older kid and they're off on a ride and you just need to go take your baby to a quiet spot. Just know about the baby care centers. So the last thing, or number 5 on my list, is I get this all the time. Nina, what theme parks are best for little kids? My brother, sister, cousin's friend, whoever told us that you should not go to this park because it is not good for children. Drives me crazy, guys. I 100% will tell you that I think all 4 parks could easily be good for children, all children of all ages. So I thought I would break it down for you on exactly why I think you could consider taking your little kiddos to all 4 theme parks. Of course, if you're only going for a day and you're only, you can only imagine one day at Disney World, then yes, Magic Kingdom is 100% the park you want to go to. But just in case you're going for a longer stay, don't think that you can't take a baby or a toddler to these other theme parks, but I'm going to break it down. So the obvious one is Magic Kingdom. That is the iconic park. That is the park that was kind of designed and built for families, for kiddos in mind. It's the park with the castle, the park with the most characters, Mickey Mouse. It is the park that has the most rides. There are more rides in Magic Kingdom than any other park, and a good chunk of those rides are family friendly, meaning for all ages. You can baby wear that baby, you can take that toddler, all those things. Magic Kingdom is kind of like the key park for the younger crowd. In fact, I have many families who will go to Magic Kingdom twice in one trip because their kiddo really gets that much out of Magic Kingdom. But with that aside, let me tell you what the other 3 parks can offer your younger family. So the first one is Epcot. Can't tell you how many people will come to me and say, I was told Epcot is not for families. My kids love Epcot and they always have. Let me tell you why. First of all, Epcot is a grand, large space. They do have kind of, rides in the beginning, and then the back end is more like an outdoor museum-like thing for countries. It is a great spot for actually parents to get a little alone time while those kiddos are napping in the stroller, but I will get to that. But the stuff for kiddos is 100%. They have the Finding Nemo ride. They have Turtle Talk with Crush. They even have an aquarium. So if you have kiddos who love watching fish and dolphins and manatees, they have an aquarium in there. They have a few other kind of fun rides that I love, but specifically, they have the 3 Caballeros over in the Mexican Pavilion, which features Donald Duck. Which kiddo doesn't love Donald Duck? Plus, princesses. There are so many princesses that are just kind of out and about in meeting and greeting areas at Epcot that it's actually a good way to meet princesses without having to wait in line. They're kind of just there. In fact, you can go on your app and see what times they will be in their spot at. So it's a good place for those little princesses to meet other princesses. Now, you parents, this is the part I was talking about. Especially for like food and wine, flower and garden festivals. If it's midday and you know your kiddo's gonna take a nap, this is a great time for you to just push that stroller around and explore the World Showcase. You can kind of snack, maybe have a little drink, don't get too carried away now, and kind of explore the World Showcase while your kid is sleeping. We would 100% do this. We would wear the kids out in the morning, let them run around Epcot. Sometimes they have playgrounds and stuff up, especially during like flower and garden. We would wear the kids out and then we would stick them in the stroller for them to nap. And then we would walk the World Showcase and kind of just enjoy ourselves, walk outside, dip into a few shopping areas, get a pretzel, get a whatever. And yes, Epcot was very much fun for both parent and little kiddo. So Animal Kingdom is a great spot for little kids. And I know a lot of people talk about it as like this glorified zoo. It is more than that. Now, even though Animal Kingdom does feature a lot of animals, what I do love about it is the animals have lots of space, big space. And the animals tend to be a little bit more active at Animal Kingdom than a typical zoo. And I love that you're not always staring at the animals behind these like captivity cages. It almost feels they are more like out and about in their natural habitat. So one thing about Animal Kingdom is they have some amazing shows. Specifically right now, they have Festival of the Lion King, which they did just say the Tumbler Monkeys are back. Your kiddos will absolutely love that show. And also Finding Nemo, or a Nemo-like show, is coming back later this year. So that'll be fun for your little ones. Also the safari. Can you imagine getting on like a giant Jeep and taking like a wild African safari to see all these amazing animals, including baby animals? That's right, kiddos absolutely love this space. Plus, you can go to Rafiki's Planet Watch, ride a train. That's right, which kid does not love riding a choo-choo train? I know mine did. Then you can get off, and they have a petting zoo in there and a few other things that you can do to kind of entertain those kiddos. Plus, Animal Kingdom has the Wilderness Explorers, which I have a whole video on, but basically it's like this booklet where you go and do interactive activities, and each time you do an interactive activity, you earn a badge. You put the badge in the booklet, and at the end you win an even bigger badge, thus becoming a Wilderness Explorer. All of that is at Animal Kingdom, along with, like I said, the animals, and they even have a dinosaur area over there with the really fun Triceratops ride and even some carnival games. Yep, that's all at Animal Kingdom. And at Hollywood Studios, all I have to really say about Hollywood Studios is Toy Story. Hello, that is so kid friendly. And then you've got the new Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. That is a super fun ride. How about Frozen? Who doesn't want to sing with Elsa and Anna with the Frozen Ever After show? Disney Junior? Who would not want to have like a dance party with Disney Junior characters? I mean, come on, that just screams little kiddo. Plus, Lightning McQueen. That's right, you can hang out with Lightning McQueen and Tomater over at Hollywood Studios. So yes, I am 100% for taking those little kiddos to all 4 parks. Are they going to be able to ride all the big and crazy, roller coasters? No. But that's why they have rider swaps, so that mom or dad can stay back with the little kiddo, everyone else can ride, and then you can swap so that mom and dad get to go on rides too. It's not just about the little kiddie ride. So yeah, that's just like a brief kind of little example of why I love all 4 parks. But my bonus tip is when bringing littles to Disney World, if you are flying, right, and you're not driving, don't forget that you can order groceries to prepare for your trip. And when you order groceries, again, I have a whole video on groceries. I have several videos on groceries actually, is that you can actually order diapers, formula, snacks, little toys, all those little things that those little kiddos and toddlers need. But you can order them and have them delivered to your hotel room instead of, taking up luggage space when flying over. Because I can't tell you how annoying it was to pack literally one whole suitcase with nothing but diapers, formula, bottles, baby toys, you name it, fit in one giant suitcase. Now that you can just order groceries and have them delivered, so much easier. But yeah, guys, I can honestly say that bringing a little kiddo to Disney, it can be very magical, especially if they're excited, watching their eyes see something for the first time and get lit up and, they get so excited. I love it. But there's things to consider to make the vacation not only good for them, but good for you too, right? No one wants a meltdown. No one wants any frustration. You just want everything to be easy and convenient and fun for all, right? So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video with my top 5, 6-ish planning ideas or things to consider for taking those little ones to Disney World. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. If the subscribe button is red, please click it, turn it gray, hit the bell icon for notifications, like this video, and let me know. I know many of you have gone to Disney World with toddlers. What tips and tricks would you like to add to the list? Let us know in the comments. Let's help each other out, guys. But as always, mahalo for watching. Nina out. Bye.